Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Ready, hit!
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's got room. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. This defense for the Jets, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
19 strikes, 19 strikes.
Throwing is Hurts. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Now this is going to carry well into... for a touchback. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at the 20. Now Hall to start the drive. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The tackle by Caleb Barnes. Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. They'll wind wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And out of bounds, this will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Another run here with Sanders. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Left side here to Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Here's Hurts to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
After the sack on 1st down, Hurts. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Yeah, we kind of sensed that one. He got a little too far forward before throwing, and that one will set them back.
And remember, at the NFL level, being aware of where the line of scrimmage is crucial. And here's the other part. Any part of the quarterback's body that's near that line of scrimmage, he's going to get the benefit that
the ball popped in the air and intercepted. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 33.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Ball again on 2nd down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Wilson now to throw on third down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Kyron Johnson there on the tackle.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Wilson. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. He's got a man. It's his fullback.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they manage to convert and that'll keep the drive alive.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
The Jets at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that can ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
3rd and 2. Now Wilson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts.
And this one complete to Smith.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
On 1st down, Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
On the double.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Drop 60, drop 60. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Hurts. Quick slant to Brown. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on the gain of 2. This Jet defense so far standing tall. They need another stop now, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Okay, break.
On the sneak, it's Hurts, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Jalen Hurts scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Eagles post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Play action. Now Wilson. This pass out wide to Hall. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Eluding the pressure right. Open man is Uzama. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the field. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
And that's a tough one for the defense because the coverage was good downfield. He was forced to work his way out of the pocket to his right, spotted his man on the sideline, and got it to him to pick up the 1st down on 3rd down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the 1st half of play. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this 2nd half. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
That ball caught by Campbell. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll toss it out right here to Hall. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Out of the gun, here's Wilson.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Under pressure, and down he goes. It's 2nd back at the 36.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard. And I will guarantee you, the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise. And it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. And past the 30 down to about the 27. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. They'll set up a throw. Dancing to his left. And it's intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. So that, Charles, maybe the play that this defense has been looking for.
They hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally do something? Because we're into the third quarter, and a 0 is still glowing on the scoreboard.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Throw left side here, complete to Campbell. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
2nd and 6 from the 10.
Now Wilson. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
The Jets are going to take 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They'll look to run with Hall.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
To throw is Wilson. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Elijah Moore, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Jets take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown.
That's well good for the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with it. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for a sack.
John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop it.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along and hope someone will come free.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here's Hurts to throw.
This is caught. It's Brown. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 35. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Throwing is Hurts.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. They'll drop the throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
It's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. Back to throw again. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 14. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And Sanders has got it complete. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up.
Well, let's call that a less than ideal play on 1st down.
No doubt about that one, because that was a situation of just digging a deeper and deeper hole for himself. And it ended up a big-time loss.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. A nice job of eluding the pressure there. Scrambling for 11.
Partner, was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
They'll fake the give to Sanders. Now Hurts.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
The kick by Elliott is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Hall ought to give up the middle. And good running there as he'll take this all the way into midfield.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
On 1st down, right back to Hall.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Throwing now is Wilson.
Open man is Denzel Mims. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So they'll try to move the ball closer here on 3rd down. A field goal from this spot would be just inside of 60 yards, 59 to be exact. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Wilson.
He dumps this one off here to Hall. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So 3rd down, and a field goal from here would be right about 50 yards as they try to get closer. Wilson to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to tie things up in the final minute. Boswell's kick is good. He's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Finding Watkins. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Jets are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Tie game, probably time for one final play here. What do you do in this spot?
Now you're thinking about Hail Mary. You've got to find a way to heave it all the way towards the end zone and give yourself a chance. Your time management sheet tells you with this amount left on the clock, you don't get cute and try and get 2 plays, because if you try that, that's all you're going to get is 1, and it won't be a 1 towards the end zone.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
That game's gone final in Indianapolis. And it's the Bengals that wound up winning that one. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down. Wilson. Oh, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. What a gigantic interception here in the first drive of overtime. And now, Charles, with where they're at on the field, I mean, they're already in field goal range to win this thing.
And the head coach is just talking to the special teams coordinator right now and saying, okay, where does he want the ball positioned? Because that's all you're going to do on offense. Move it to that spot. Make sure you take care of the football and probably third down, kick the field goal, and try and win this game.
49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, breaking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Sanders is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Two minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. They'll go again with Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now fourth and goal.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And the Eagles are going to win the football game.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So for the Eagles, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1.
And they will head home next week to take on the Washington Commanders.
Meanwhile, for the Jets.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them.